This new moon in Gemini is a mental portal. It is a complete reset of your thoughts, of your self-perception, of that little voice in your head, and also the reality that you are available for. And I know you guys are going to be really excited about this new moon because it is the clearest, cleanest, energetic opening of opportunity that we've had in a long time. Like literally the most positive new moon, full moon that we've had, because it has no squares, no tensions, no challenging aspects, only trines, only sextiles, only conjunctions, which if you guys don't know, that's the most positive and harmonious thing that we can see in astrology. So it's literally just like a huge open air of possibility and opportunity for every single one of us right now. And if you've been looking for clarity, this is it, because this is literally like a blank page in your next chapter. And today we're going to be talking all about this new moon in Gemini, how exactly it's going to be affecting you, the cosmic transits that go along with it, and also exactly what to do and what not to do from now until June 2nd to truly utilize and take advantage of this energy. So like little rituals, little activities, little exercises that you guys can do, and like what you should really just stay away from. And hi, I'm Alexi Gigi. Welcome back to the Alexi Gigi podcast. If you're listening to me here on Spotify, or if you're watching me here on YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I am so grateful that you guys are here with me today. And I'm also so grateful to be talking about this breath of fresh air and new moon in Gemini after that intense rebirth full moon in Scorpio we just had. This is such a gorgeous and fun new moon. So let's get into talking about it. Grab your crystals, light some incense, place some subliminals or high vibrational frequencies in the background if you want. Actually, if you guys want, I can totally start playing like high vibrational frequencies or subliminals in the back of my video, just so you guys can literally like rewire your subconscious as you were watching me. Let me know if you want me to do that. I just thought about that. But let's get into it. So this new moon in Gemini is happening at 6 degrees and it's peaking on May 26th at exactly 11:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 10:02 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then check down below in the description. I'll have all the time zones linked. Now, obviously, what is a new moon, right? So let's start with that. So a new moon is literally a blank slate. It's when the moon is completely dark up in the sky, but it's like the start of a lunar cycle. That means that we have literally an opportunity for the start of a new chapter. And this new chapter, starting with this new moon in Gemini, is going to be unfolding for the next 6 months. So whatever intentions we set, whatever mindset shifts that we really go through during this new moon is really going to be set into action over the next 6 months. And it's going to be beautiful because we are so beautifully supported. And so a new moon is basically when the moon and the sun both come together and basically offer you a chance to begin again in a certain area of your life that the moon is transiting in your birth chart, which is why it's so important. I talk about this all the time, to pull up your transit chart, or you can also look to see where exactly you have 6 degrees Gemini in your chart. I suggest pulling up your transit chart to see exactly like how it's affecting you completely. What this will tell you the area of your life, which is the house in astrology, that is going to be the most affected, where there's going to be a new beginning, where there's going to be opportunity. This is where a new story is being written. This is where you are aligning with a new identity, and not just in theory, but in energy. Also, I just want to remind you guys, the new moon and Gemini workbook is available for you for instant download. And basically what this workbook is that it has everything that you need to utilize the energy of this new moon in Gemini. I always make new moon and full moons workbook for you guys, and it's custom made to your own birth chart. So it will have activating rituals and prompts and specific exercises and activities for you to do based on the area of your life that this new moon is going to be affecting for the next 6 months. And it's very, very personalized to you because we all have very, very different birth charts. That means, you know, different lunations are going to be affecting all of us very, very differently. So I make these workbooks for you guys, so you guys can literally just have like a cheat sheet of all the energy and exactly like what you can be doing to truly alchemize on that energy. I use them myself too, literally all the time. And also, obviously, the new moon in Gemini guided manifestation meditation is also available for you. I'll have them both linked down below. And this meditation is all about quantum expansion through your mind, so you will clear all that mental clutter, align with your next level identity, and literally just plant the seeds in the quantum field and shift your perspective. Because that is the big theme of this new moon in Gemini, is shifting your perception. Your mind controls your reality. And like I said, I'll have both of them linked down below. And before I get into more of it, don't worry, I'll start talking about the workbook meditation soon. But a lot of you guys had the question last time, like you ordered the workbook and then you went back to try to get the meditation, and there is a bundle that if you bundle both the workbook and meditation at the same time, like you add them both to your cart, it will give you 60% off the meditation. But you have to add them both at your cart at the exact same time in order to get that discount. So I just wanted to make that clear because I know you guys had a few questions about that. So Gemini is the sign of your mind. It is a sign of communication. It is a sign of thinking. It is a sign of perception, of language, also possibility. And Gemini is the twins. So this new moon really isn't about about action. It's about alignment. It's about aligning our inner world, our mind, our perception, our thinking patterns with our physical reality. And you think about it too, like Gemini is the twins, right? So we have one side of life that is like our physical reality and also like the ego, and then the other side, which is like our spirit, and is our mind, is our thinking patterns. So what this new moon in Gemini is really asking us to do is to really get in alignment and in a balance with both sides of our twin aspects. It's about speaking what you seek until you see what you've said. Now, Gemini's ruling planet is Mercury, okay? Mercury is a planet of communication. It's a planet of perception, of thought patterns, of learning. This is a very, very, very mental sign, but it's not as analytical as Virgo. It's more like curious, it's playful, it's light, it's social. It's also limitless. Gemini basically wants you to like try things on, okay? It wants you to try things on before that you're ready. It wants you to explore new identities. It wants you to say things out loud that you never would have dared to say. Gemini energy is also extremely social. So let me just put this out there. This is an amazing, amazing time to be social, to hang out with your friends, to go out to a little party, to communicate, to network, to put yourself out there, especially on social media as well. This could be like a huge opportunity for a lot of us in like the social media field, like creating something, a course, writing a book, content creation, online visibility, just networking as a whole, collaboration as well, like reaching out to new people, maybe even reaching out to like old friends, sibling dynamics, like your friendships are like a huge thing right now. And also when I say reaching out to old friends, I do not mean reaching out to an ex, okay? Just know. I know I'm gonna get that question or that comment. No exes, I swear. This is a new moon in Gemini, planting new seeds. We are not going back. That is not the energy you want to be doing. This new moon is also asking you like, what have you outgrown? What thoughts are you ready to stop thinking about? And what new thoughts are you ready to start believing? Also, like what conversations with yourself and also with others could literally change the trajectory of your life. This is also a beautiful time to literally speak your truth. Speak your truth. Have those necessary conversations with the people that you love. If you've been holding off on a conversation because you've been scared or whatever, it just feels too heavy, now is a beautiful time to have that deep conversation. And this is the time to shift any inner dialogue from fear into freedom, from scarcity into an abundance mindset. This is our time to like, I don't want to say like nitpick, but like, yes, we are becoming very, very mindful of our thoughts because our thoughts do shape our reality. This is about shifting perceptions because once we shift a perception, it could be a perception of ourselves, a beautiful time to do identity work. But we shift a perception, our reality follows and changes. Our minds are so powerful. And this is also a beautiful time to practice meditation. Even if you've never meditated at all, meditation is really, really, really going to help you like take control of your mind. Silence your mind, not completely, because meditation isn't about completely silencing your mind. It's about learning how to like not control your thoughts, but lead your thoughts into the reality that you want to be led into. It's about learning how to sit with your own thoughts and becoming comfortable with your own thoughts and not necessarily exiting out every single thought that you have, because we are human. The first thought that you have, you know, it's like a little negative thought. It doesn't matter. The second thought is what matters. It's the thought that comes after that negative thought that matters. You are meant to be the observer of your thoughts, and meditation is such a beautiful way to practice this. Like, you guys know how strongly I feel about meditation. It has changed my life entirely, completely. It will change yours, like no ifs or buts. Just meditate for 5 minutes. You can go on YouTube and search up like a little guided meditation. There's some on Spotify. Obviously, there's the one that I have available to you guys, specifically made for the new moon in Gemini, but just meditate 5 minutes at least if you've never meditated before. But we'll talk more about what to do and not to do in chapter 2. Let's talk about the transits a little bit more now. And these are really, really positive transits. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about this conjunction that we are having because oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Okay, so the ruler of this new moon is Mercury, right? Mercury, the planet communication, and Mercury is currently also in the sign of Gemini. And not only that, it's in a conjunction with the moon and the sun. And what is a conjunction? A conjunction in astrology means that basically like the moon and Mercury, they're right next to each other. They're sharing each other's energy. So between 0 to 10 degrees away from each other. They're sharing each other's energies. They're getting along. They're meshing. They're fueling each other. And Mercury in the sign of Gemini feels feels at home in the sign of Gemini. It is in domicile. So it's strong mercurial energy that we are having. Now with the conjunction with the sun and the moon, this is also called a combustion. So it's combust, which means that like a planet's literally right next to the sun. It's being burned up by the light of the sun. And basically what this is both an amplification, also intensification of whatever planet is being burned up by the sun. So in this case, it is Mercury, the ruler of our new moon. So it's intensifying this new moon times 1,000 because of this. So now because Mercury rules your thoughts, it rules your perception, and also rules your nervous system, your voice. And when it's combust, like all these things are even louder. That inner voice in your head is going to be screaming at you. Your nervous system, like it may feel a little bit dysregulated, and go to chapter 2 when I talk about nervous system regulation a little bit more. But it's important to focus on nervous system regulation right now because things are really amplified. And they're going to be very amplified in the themes of Gemini, but even more so because of this combustion. Your thoughts are going to be amplified, and because your thoughts control your reality, right? They shape your reality. It's even more potent to shape your thoughts into the reality that you want to create. So we have double the amount of opportunity to create a reality that we've been wanting to manifest. It's actually really powerful, especially with affirmations and mirror work and subliminals and like scripting and writing, which I will talk about in chapter 2, do not worry, about how you can manifest and all that good stuff. But this is a really powerful time for reprogramming your self-talk, launching written or spoken word out into the world. Your voice is literally your manifestation tool right now. Your mind is your manifestation tool. Okay, next transit, that this is not a big one people will not be talking about, but I just want to mention it to you guys because I do think that it has presence. It holds presence for this new moon. So Sedna, okay, you probably don't know what Sedna is, but it's basically a dwarf planet. So it's definitely not as strong, like emotionally. It won't affect us as strongly as the other planets, obviously. But it is a deep space planet symbolizing soul level voice reclamation. And this is also conjuncting the moon and the sun and Mercury. So this also adds kind of just like that deeper layer. So really, you're not just upgrading your thoughts, but you're healing the silence that's lived within you. Sedna's energy is basically asking you, like, where have you withheld the truth in order to stay safe? And what's ready to be finally shared or spoken into power. Okay, now the next transit, it is a trine to Pluto. Now, Pluto was a major theme in the last full moon in Scorpio we just had. It's all about death and rebirth and transformation. Pluto is in the sign of Aquarius right now. Now, a trine in astrology basically means 120 degrees. So this is the most positive aspect that we can see in astrology. And an aspect is basically just showing you the relationship between a planet and a planet or point of planet or whatever it is. So basically, this trine is showing us that the relationship between the moon and Pluto, our planet of transformation and death and rebirth, and like the underworld, they are getting along. They are best friends right now. They are giving each other good, positive energy. They are uplifting each other. Pluto is the shadow, is the alchemist. It is the phoenix. And this really just like flows beautifully from that Scorpio full moon we just had. All that releasing and cleansing and rebirth activity that we just had, that death that we just had. And Pluto in Aquarius, this is your higher mind. This is your innovation. This is the collective future. And this trine is a call to rebirth your identity through your mind. Now, I want you to think about it like this, right? Okay, so Mercury, Gemini, third house energy, that is like the mind and communication, right? But more so on like an everyday standpoint, like your little perceptions, your day-to-day thoughts, all of that good stuff, right? And then Pluto in Aquarius is also like communication, but it's on a bigger scale. It's a higher consciousness of communication. So with like the collective, it's with like the spiritual realm, with like your ego and your soul self coming together to create the reality that you live in. So this trine is just absolutely beautiful right now, especially coming from this full moon in Scorpio. And this is really also saying like this is an amazing time to start something online, to launch that course you've been wanting to launch, or to post that TikTok, post that Instagram, post that YouTube video you've been just like sitting on, but like you've wanted to post. Now is the time to do it. Or to start that YouTube channel even. Just write out your bio, just start the channel. Just do one little step. Now the new moon in Gemini necessarily isn't like doing everything right now, taking complete action. It's more so like taking those little steps that will build momentum towards like the reality that you want to live, the identity like you want to create for yourself. So even just a little action, as in just like creating that one social media page. You don't have to follow anyone, you don't have to post anything. Just create that YouTube channel, come up with your name, come up with a cute bio, and just have it there. That is like one step that is building and building and building. It's going to build that momentum, especially during this new moon in Gemini. It is so important to just start that momentum. This is a beautiful time to like share your voice in a bigger way too, to also like rebrand your messaging, to do identity work, especially around visibility and self-trust, around your own value. And in the new moon Gemini workbook, you have all the identity work you could need in there and all the activation prompts based on your own birth chart. Because I know you guys ask me all the time, like, whoa, like what kind of questions am I supposed to be thinking? Like, what am I supposed to actually be doing? So you have that available for you down below. But this is your moment to install a new energetic blueprint through your own mind and through your own communication patterns. This is mental alchemy, especially with the trine of Pluto. Mental alchemy, huge mental alchemy. Now, the next transit we're going to be talking about is we have like literally almost a perfect sextile to both Neptune and Saturn right now. Now, Neptune and Saturn, they're two planets that are kind of opposite, right? We have Neptune, that is the dreamer, the mystical, the whimsical energy, the spiritual energy. And then we have Saturn, the doer, the foundation, the responsibility, the dreamer, and then the builder. But these two planets are both harmoniously aligned with the moon. So just like Gemini with the two twins, like the two opposite sides, we had the two opposite sides of Neptune and Saturn, two very opposite planets coming together and forming like a team of one with the balanced yin-yang energy. Neptune brings vision and divine inspiration, and Saturn brings structure, time, and reality anchoring. It's a beautiful balance of the two. In a sextile, I forgot to mention this, it's like 60 degrees. So an aspect between 60 degrees. And it's not as strongly positive as a trine, but it's very, very positive, especially when we have a sextile like at this extent. And really what this means is that your vision right now is being supported. Your manifestations are being supported. They're being supported if you commit to it. If you take that one little step right now, that one little gesture of a momentum, fully supported. This is really the time to choose that next thought and to actually like believe it, to practice believing it. So that's all with the transits now. I think it's also important to know that Gemini also like wants variety. Gemini doesn't want to like be the same as everybody else. Gemini wants to kind of like stand out and be different and be independent. So like any unique thought that you get right now, write it down. Like any idea that you get right now, your mind's going to be speaking to you, but also your spirit is too, with the sextile to Neptune and obviously Pluto. But your intuition is going to be strong, but it's going to come through as forms of thought, like just random thoughts like coming into your mind throughout the day. They are important. So make sure like you create a notes app on your phone right now. You also have space in the workbook for this, which is create a notes page and title it Intuitive Thoughts. And then every time you get just a random thought, no matter how random it is, it could be as random as like thinking about penguins eating a hot dog. I don't know why I thought about that. Maybe I should write that down, but just write whatever random thought comes into your brain, write it down. And then on like June 2nd, around there, revisit it whenever you want to revisit it and like journal on it. Like, why do I think I had this thought? And if you have time, like right there in the moment that you have the thought, like you're not really doing anything, you're just kind of like about to read your book before bed or whatever, journal about the thought. Journal about that random thought that just kind of caught your eye a little bit, because I promise you it will probably have meaning. And it might be like a creative idea that you can just start a little momentum on. Maybe like it could be like a brand idea. Maybe it's like a certain color, like just picking out the color, or you know, coming up with different names, or just sketching out like different things. Just start. Whatever it is, just start. You don't need to have a full-on plan. Saturn is there supporting you with that foundational energy. You do not need to have a full-on plan. You just need to start in like the smallest way. And if you do, it will build over the next 6 months. Okay, now let's get into chapter 2, what to do and what not to do from now until June 2nd. Number 1 is utilize crystals, and anything that you do. This could mean that you just maybe put the crystal like beside your nightstand, or put the specific crystals in your purse, or use these crystals when you are doing manifestation methods, or when you are meditating, hold the crystal in your right hand and hold like a clear quartz in your left hand. Whatever you want to receive and whatever you want to put out. But especially crystals related to obviously Gemini and mercurial themes. Blue lace agate is a beautiful crystal for this new moon. It will help calm your nervous system. It It will help you like to speak with clarity. It will help you with your communication. Also perfect for anxiety relief as well. Another one is citrine. Oh my god, citrine has been so special to me recently. Like so special to me recently. I literally just bought like a huge citrine tower. It is not here yet, but I will show you in the next video when it does come. But I got it during my trip in Sedona and literally just dropped a bag on that. Like instead of a designer bag, I bought this huge citrine crystal, but I'm so excited about citrine. I love citrine. I think I actually have a little citrine right there, maybe. I can't really tell. Yeah, I do. Right there next to my orange candle, which is the next one using colored candles. But citrine is great for manifestation, for prosperity, for calling in abundance. It'll bring you that mental optimism. It'll bring you that mental clarity. So it goes perfectly with this new moon in Gemini. And it's also great for new projects, for new launches, and just like confidence. It activates your solar plexus. Next crystal, clear quartz. It amplifies your intention. It is a beautiful crystal all around. It'll amplify any of the other crystals that you have with it. Aquamarine too is great for honest communication, clearing emotional clutter, mental clutter. Celestite too will connect you to like ideas, intuitive downloads, like spiritual downloads. Honestly, the rule of thumb, just look at like Gemini's colors. So like yellow crystals, like light blue crystals, orange crystals, any crystals that will activate your solar plexus or your sacral chakra. Next is candles. Burning candles with intention. Certain colored candles are amazing to use during your manifestation rituals, during your meditation practice, just during like every day, like during the day of the new moon, from now that you're watching this video until June 2nd, just light candles, especially candles that go with Gemini mercurial themes. So first candle, I have my orange candle right back there, right there. The orange candle, amazing for communication, calling in that energy. It's that Mercury energy. You can also have yellow candles for like clarity and joy and abundance and prosperity and also money. Blue, a very Gemini theme for truth and just like mental clarity and peace. Also a candle that if you want to like lose weight or, you know, get your dream body in any type of way, like faster metabolism, blue is great for that. And also, as always, white, the perfect candle for absolutely anything. It's great for new beginnings, setting intentions, and also mental purification. Now next is scent. Okay, I've been getting very into scent, essential oils, and natural like herbs and things like that ever since my trip to Sedona. I had a beautiful, amazing teacher. Her name was Sonia, and she taught me a lot about this. But utilize scent. So peppermint and eucalyptus, amazing for this new moon in Gemini. And these are Gemini rose stems, and they stimulate that mental clarity. They enhance alertness. They support your breath work. And it's great to just like have these scents as essential oil, or you can buy like a spray and you just breathe it in while you're doing your breath work, like right before meditation, right before your manifestation meditation, right before you start journaling, any activation rituals, any manifestation rituals, or even just like first thing when you wake up in the morning, like you just need like a little boost of energy. Just sniff the peppermint eucalyptus. It will wake you up. It will boost like your mental processes, your thought patterns. It goes along perfectly, and peppermint like clears your brain fog, and it also boosts your confidence and communication. Now eucalyptus opens your lungs and helps you breathe through new ideas and new communications and new perceptions. You can also like put them in an essential oil diffuser if you have one in your room, or just like dab them on your wrist and smell them, or even like you can incorporate with a type of chakra. So I really see the Gemini new moon as a big like sacral and solar, even though it's completely like about your throat chakra, your communication, obviously. But whatever sense that you have, if you feel like activating your solar or your sacral, just be very in tune to what your body needs. And you can put like these scents on like specific chakra points. So you put the eucalyptus or the peppermint like right on your throat to open up your throat chakra, or even if you have like a spray, you spray it and you can rub it, or you can rub it down your solar plexus or your sacral chakra. You can also use these scents as a part of like a ritual bath if you wanted to take a new moon in Gemini ritual bath, which I love to do. I love my little ritual baths. So adding your little essential oils, your little herbs, your orange and your yellow and your white candles all around your bath, and you can like get in your bathtub and like write your intentions and write your manifestations. Well, I'll give you a little ritual you can do. But next, I just want to talk about the chakras you want to activate, because like as I said, your throat chakra should be a big one that you focus on. But also, like, I don't necessarily know why I'm being called to tell you guys your sacral and your solar right now, and it does make sense with the color coordination and everything, especially your solar, just kind of like your power, and also your sacral, like your creative energy. That is really like what you want to be opening up right now and focusing on. So if you even do want to do like maybe like a meditation that focuses on opening your throat, your sacral, your solar chakra, it would be really, really beautiful to do that. But also to activate your throat chakra, like wear blue. To activate your solar, wear yellow. Or sacral, wear orange. Like incorporate the colors into like your everyday wear, like even just wearing just like a blue little sweatshirt, which I will be doing on the day of the new moon. Like I don't really use color that all too often. I know you guys always see me in like black and white and red. Obviously I love red, but I will be wearing blue. I will be trying to wear orange. I'm not sure if I have anything that is orange, but or yellow for that matter, but maybe just my underwear works too. So does your bra. But yeah, coordinate with the colors, because that will help you like open up your chakras. Also, when you're meditating, you can chant the mantra hum, like HAM, while you are meditating, like right, like as you were getting into your breath work, or just right in the morning, just chant that. It'll help open up your throat chakra. And also, this is another little ritual that is amazing to do, okay? Especially it'll goes beautifully with your throat chakra. But get your journal out. You have space to do this in the workbook as well, but get your journal out and write down like things that you are afraid to say, maybe to people, maybe that you were things that you're afraid to admit to yourself or to say out loud, or things that you just kept hidden and you just haven't really like spoken out into existence. Maybe this could be something that you've always dreamed of, but you've just been kind of too scared to tell people because you've been embarrassed. Maybe it's something like, I don't know, maybe you want to be like TikTok famous, maybe you want to be a YouTuber, but you're embarrassed to like say that to anyone because you're like, oh, it's kind of embarrassing, like I don't want people to know that like I want that. Write it down in your journal, and then you're gonna grab that piece of paper, you're gonna do mirror work with it. Actually, you're gonna go in front of the mirror and you are going to speak that out loud into your eyes. And you can either say like if it's something that you need to heal from, like I forgive you, I love you, I see you, I hear you, I am here. And if it's something that you need to release, maybe you say I release myself from it, that is no longer who I am, and then replace it with another positive affirmation, like the opposite affirmation of what it is that you were trying to release. Because this new moon can be beautiful to kind of like replace those old thoughts about ourselves, maybe too, with new ones. And this is where mirror work comes in, which is our next one. Mirror work. Do mirror work. And I have a whole video exactly explaining like what mirror work is, but it's basically speaking affirmations out loud to yourself in the mirror as you are staring into your eyes. The mirror is a portal. Your eyes are the window to the soul. This is a direct like communication point to your subconscious mind, and it flows beautifully with this new moon in Gemini. So practice mirror work. And as you are doing mirror work, as you're doing any of these rituals, our next one, obviously you guys know I always say it during new moons or manifestation times of opportunity, play high vibrational frequencies. 432 hertz, absolute favorite. 528 hertz, amazing. Any solfeggio frequencies that you really feel called to. Also, next one, okay, subliminals. Okay, Gemini mercurial energy is all about that spoken word. But what is more powerful than any spoken word that we hear out loud consciously is the spoken word that we can get into our subconscious mind. Because let me just say, I have a whole video talking about this too during my like how to glow up in 21 days video that I posted prior, or 2 videos before this. But I talk all about subliminals, and I will also be coming out with a video after this explaining all about subliminals, the science behind it, all the research studies, and how you can make your own subliminals too. But subliminals, okay, so your subconscious mind rules 95% of your reality. So you really want your subconscious to be working on your team and in your favor. Now, how subliminals are different to like just regular affirmations that you can be saying yourself to in the mirror or every day is that they literally get directly into your subconscious mind, because when you are listening to a subliminal, you don't actively consciously hear what the affirmations are, right? You can't hear them. All you hear is like the music that goes along with it. That is because the affirmations are tuned to a certain frequency. So they're about like 16,000 to 17,500 hertz. Now, this frequency bypasses your conscious mind, which is your logical thinking, your reasoning thinking. You're like, oh, what if? Like, oh, wait, no, that's not actually true. That can't actually happen. Like that mind that is doubting yourself constantly, it bypasses all of it. Bypasses the logic, it bypasses the reasoning, and it goes straight to your subconscious mind where it rewires your beliefs. And your subconscious mind loves repetition. So when you are constantly hearing subliminals over and over and over and over again, it gets deeply ingrained into your subconscious mind, where it will then change your reality. So listen to subliminals. Make sure you are careful with the subliminals that you are getting though, because obviously you can't hear what the affirmations are, so make sure you're listening to subliminals from a trusted source, or like obviously they should be listing all the subliminals that they put in that subliminal, all the affirmations. And obviously RECODE, I just came out with the 21-day subconscious glow up system. I'm not gonna just make a spiel about it or try to sell you on it or anything. I just wanted to mention it, but I do have like a subliminal library in there. And if another question I just want to ask you guys quickly is if you want me to like make a subliminal library, it can include some of the ones that I have in RECODE, but just like a big subliminal library that you can just have access to that can be sold separately than RECODE. I know I've had a couple of you guys ask me if I do that, so let me know if that's of interest to you, because I can totally make a whole nother separate library. I love making subliminals, and I truly do believe that in making subliminals you do not only like say the affirmations, you want to put that energy and enchant the subliminals with like positive energy and with that energy. And that's what I do for you guys. Like I literally go through like an hour long meditation right before I make any subliminal, and I make sure to send out like all that positive energy and truly believe that this is your reality, if that makes sense. But let me know if you want me to make that subliminal library, because I can totally make that for you guys. But I also have a Spotify playlist with just a bunch of subliminals that I haven't personally made, but I have listened to myself in my life that I trust. So if you guys want to check that out also, you can. Okay, now some beautiful manifestation methods that you can do. So this is a fun new moon, so you want to have fun with your manifestation methods, right? Like first of all, I just want to say this, like I say all the time, like one little manifestation ritual, like 369 methods, which is fun and great to do during this new moon Gemini. You just do one little manifestation ritual. It is not going to be like life changing. It's not going to change your life. Okay, manifestation is a lifestyle. You have to do the identity work, and you have to live in that reality constantly through your minds, your thinking patterns, your perceptions every single day, right? It's not just one little manifestation ritual that is going to change everything for you. It's how you think and how you feel. And yes, that can change in an instant too. Like that can change your life in 2 seconds. It can change your life fast. I'm not saying that like you can't manifest anything fast. I'm just saying that like if you just write something down and then go back to your old programming and your thoughts, like looking in the mirror and be like, oh, I'm fat. Like I could never wear like a size 2 jeans because I could never be that small, or I literally am not smart enough. If you keep thinking those thoughts, you are never going to be a size 2. You are never going to believe that you are smart enough. Do you get what I'm saying? These are just examples. Not saying that you have to be a size 2 at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. Please do not like take my words out of context. You guys know what I'm saying. Anyway, your thoughts program your reality, like this new moon in Gemini is teaching you. But manifestation rituals are fun, and they do strengthen and amplify this and help you with your lifestyle manifestation, if that makes sense. So the 369 method, we don't know what the 369 method is. It's basically when you write your intentions 3 times in one sort of format or sort of way. So for example, let's say, okay, you are manifesting $20,000. So you can write, I am so grateful for $20,000 in my bank account. I am so grateful for the $20,000 in my bank account. I'm so grateful for the $20,000 in my bank account. That's 3 times. Now, next is 6 times of the same manifestation, but another word of saying it or another feeling associated with that. So you can say like, I am proud of the $20,000 in my Chase bank account. 6 times, whatever it is you want to say. Make sure it's in the present moment. You incorporate feeling into it. And then 9 times of the same manifestation. It could even just be like $20,000 in my Chase 6479 savings account. That it's not actually my savings account number, but for example, that's what you would do. I like to get detailed with it, especially if it's something like as concrete as the number of your savings account, because that's not really going to change. So just say that, like $20,000 in my savings account 9 times. And then what you're going to do is you're going to look at this piece of paper. You can do mirror work with it too. Say these 3 times in a row, and then I like to fold it towards me. And then you can also use this piece of paper in terms of like your new moon water also. That's another manifestation ritual you can do. You can make a new moon water. I love making new moon water, sometimes even more than making full moon water. People think that you can't make moon water when it's a new moon, but it's actually the perfect time, because obviously you're planting seeds, you're planting that seeds of intentions, and full moons are mostly for letting go. And yes, they could be amazing times for making full moon water too, but new moon water is where it's at. And even if you cannot see the moon in the sky, which you will not be able to, obviously it's a blank slate, blank moon's not there, the energy is still incredibly strong. It will still be charged by the moon, even if there isn't, like, you can't really physically see the moonlight. So make a new moon water, trust me. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to speak your intentions onto this moon water, or you can write them down. Writing them down is perfect for any manifestation ritual for Gemini, because it's so about writing and communicating and speaking. So make sure you do any one of those things. So you can write that down, you can fold it towards you 3 times, and you can leave that underneath your moon water outside. Make sure it has a lid so you don't want bugs in it. And then the next morning before the sunlight hits it, you can take it and you can drink the moon water, solidify it within your body. When you're drinking that, make sure you feel the intentions of your manifestations going into your body, solidifying, becoming part of your body. You can use a moon water to like water your plants, wash your face if you're trying to manifest clear skin. You guys know, wash your hair if you're trying to manifest longer hair, whatever it is. Wash your makeup brushes if you're trying to manifest like beauty or whatever it is. Another way that you can do this is by scripting and also like writing a letter to yourself as your future self, the version of you that already has all your manifestations. And as always, in the New Moon and Gemini workbook, you will have specific and unique rituals made specifically for you based on the house that the New Moon and Gemini is transiting in for you. So it gets very, very specific for you and personal for you, obviously, because we're all very, very different people. But you will have different exercises and activities and ideas that you personally can do to make the most of the energy based on your own birth chart. Next on what to do is socialize, go out. This is your sign to go to that party, go to that bar with your friends, to go out to eat with your friends, to go to that book club, to go to that yoga club, whatever it is that you guys like to do to socialize. Go and do it. Say yes to connection, and Gemini is extremely social. Also, manifestation multiplies in community. If you have a trusted friend and you guys both just set the intention that no evil eye is present here at all, whatever you tell me, whatever manifestation is coming true, no matter what, before you guys tell, you can even just like brush your hair off your shoulder. Just make sure you're not unintentionally sending evil eye. Just a form of protection, not fear, but just do that little like protection ritual. But you get your best friend, you can even get your mom or your boyfriend or whoever that you trust to like tell your manifestations to, someone in your close circle, not just like a random person, but tell them what you're manifesting and they can tell you what you're manifesting, and you guys can literally act it out, play out a whole scene. You guys can be texting when you're doing this. You guys can literally like go to the mall and act like you are getting a dress for your 2nd year anniversary with your boyfriend that doesn't actually exist, but you guys are pretending because that's the manifestation. And then maybe you guys can go test drive a car because your friend is trying to manifest a brand new Porsche. Test drive that exact car and like play a scenario when you guys are in their car together and be like, okay, let's go get Starbucks, and then I'm just gonna drop you off at home, and then I actually have to drop my car off at the car wash because it is so dirty, or I'm getting my car detailed today. So then when you drop it off, you're like, yeah, I'm just getting it detailed, like I'll come back for it. That's exactly how you manifest, because you're pretending, but you're pretending. That's how things come into your reality. Just to do that with a friend, because when you are doing it with a friend, it is 1,000 times more powerful, because obviously 1,000 times more energy, and then you're also seeing somebody else reinforce that manifestation, because your mind is constantly, your subconscious mind too, is constantly looking for proof that your manifestation exists. So when when you see someone else like proving to you that it actually exists in your reality, it is double the amount of powerful for you and for your subconscious. You will just believe it better. So get your friends together and do some manifestation rituals. Okay, next thing to do is declutter your digital space. So get rid of any pictures on your Instagram or videos on your TikTok or whatever, or Facebook even, that just do not resonate with you anymore. Like, why do you need that out there? Like, that's the old you. That's not you anymore. I literally got rid of all of my Instagram pictures on my private account, but I got rid of everything because I was looking at those pictures and I was like, I do not resonate with that girl anymore. Like, I've glowed up, and yes, like I'm still gonna keep those pictures on my phone and in my archives because it's memories. It was a part of who I am, but it's no longer who I am, and I don't want that out in like a big open social channel, because that's just not who I am, and that's not the voice, and that's not the persona that I am here today and that I want to put out there. So clean your digital social media spaces. Maybe even clear out your voice memos and your inboxes, your emails, like your notes app too, like any screenshots on your phone that you just like do not need anymore. Just clean out your digital space. It'll help you clear out any like stagnant energy in your life. Just clear out anything that clutters your mind or that reflects the old you. Next, as we talked about in chapter 1, is take action. Aligned action, even if it's small, okay? Just one small thing that will set the momentum. Gemini New Moon in general isn't just like a do everything right now, take action right now for the manifestation to be here right now. As in, like, if you have an idea to start a project, you're not going to do the whole thing today, right here, right now. But in order for that to manifest within the next 6 months, you want to do one thing, that line action, like creating the name for the brand or sketching out like different ideas for it or something like that. You know what I mean? Like creating that YouTube channel. Just starting the YouTube channel. Don't necessarily have to post a video, but just create the YouTube channel, find a name and create a bio for it, or come up with a little content strategy, a content plan, whatever it is. Just do a small aligned action, and I promise you that will give you that momentum. Take that first step, because energy does move through initiation. And the last to do before we get into the not to do's is do a meditation. Okay, this is all about your mind and your perception, your thinking patterns, and getting rid of any mental clutter. And a meditation can really help you get rid of that mental clutter, and also anchoring a new identity into your nervous system. And obviously you have the new moon and Gemini guided meditation that I made for you guys that you can feel free to use as well. Okay, number 1 of what not to do not ignore nervous system regulation. Okay, you want your body to feel safe to accept the reality that you are manifesting. This could be like as little as somatic shaking, just literally shaking your body. This could be going outside and hugging a tree. This could be the box breathing method. Just do something that will help you regulate your nervous system a little bit, because Mercury energy does rule over your nervous system too. So it's important that you guys not miss out on that. And it doesn't have to be like a whole thing. It could just be like a little exercise. Number 2 of what not to do, don't isolate. This is not the new moon for hiding. This is the new moon for speaking your truth, for letting others see you, for being seen, for standing in your power, for speaking your intentions out loud, from brainstorming with your friends, manifesting your friends. Let your ideas move. Next is don't overload your mind with a bunch of like just different content, right? Like take space and take time for your mind to regroup and solely just be your own voice, if that makes sense. You need space to hear your own voice. That's why meditation is so powerful here, clearing that mental clutter and journaling about it, doing activation rituals. But maybe like take a social media break. Yes, like it's great to be social media, but a social media break, I mean like take an hour of a day, don't consume any content, don't even listen to anything, just be alone with your thoughts and then see what comes up. Next is do not talk down on yourself. Do not partake in negative self-talk. Now more than ever, your thoughts manifest, right? Okay, so if you're someone who constantly is with their friends and you're like, oh, like I could never pull that off. Oh my gosh, like my hair looks so bad today. Stop it. You're never gonna say one negative thing about yourself ever again. I do not want to hear it. Like just stop it. You will never hear me say a negative thing about myself. Like no matter what, I will never even think a negative thing about myself. That's also important. Don't even think it. And it's not so much the first thought that comes into your brain. Like I've said before in the beginning of this video, it's not so much like you catching a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, like, oh gosh, my hair looks crazy or something like that. It's not so much the first thought that's going to manifest. It's not, okay? So I know that some like anxiety and OCD, we can get too on our heads about all the thoughts that can come up. We are not our thoughts. We are simply the observer of our thoughts, but we always get to choose the second thought that comes up. That is what's the most important, the second thought. So if you have an initial thought like, oh my God, my hair looks so bad, you catch it. That thought doesn't matter. It's the second thought that matters, because then you can say, no, I love my hair. My hair is this, my hair is that. Your thoughts create your reality. Don't even think a negative thought about yourself. Language is magic. Words are literally spells. What you say and what you think becomes what you believe. So stay really conscious of your inner dialogue and how you talk to yourself. Next is obviously do not postpone your ideas. You get an idea, just start it. Just start one little initiation like we talked about, one little thing. Don't postpone it. Don't leave it for next week or tomorrow. Do it now, even if it's a little thing. Set a timer on your phone, 5 minutes just for this one idea that you have, just 5 minutes. That will create momentum. Now that is it for today. And if you made it to the end of this video or podcast episode, the angel number that I'm going to pick today is 333. obviously 333. So if you made it this far, comment a 333 down below. And I pick 333 because 3 is the number of Gemini, Mercurial energy. It's a third house. It's communication, it's creativity, it's self-expression, it's joy, it's curiosity. It's also like mental alchemy, and it really, really represents kind of like Mercury being combust right now, that like triple energy of the threes. 333 is really the alignment of your mind, your body, and your spirit. And it reminds you to bring your words, your mind, your actions, and your body, your intuition, and your spirit into harmony. And 333 is also about that momentum. It's about that path. It's about that journey, right? So when you see a 333, generally, it's basically like your angel number, your angel guides telling you that like right around the corner, it's there. It's there. You are on the right path. You are on that right journey. Just keep up with the momentum. It's basically just like a sign that's like, keep going, right? You are on that exact path that you were meant to be. You are right there with the momentum you were meant to be in right now. And I love you guys so, so, so much. I am grateful for you. I love you. I believe in you. And I will see you in the next one.